Welcome to Chasing Greatness, the podcast where we help you win at work, win at home, and ultimately win at life. I'm Randy Gravett, your host, and I'm so excited to be with you today as you think about this quest to be great. We just a couple days ago had an opportunity to really introduce this idea of chasing greatness, and we said that greatness really is not about being great ourselves. It's really helping other people be great as well. It's not just helping other people be great. We really do want to maximize our potential and understand that we've been gifted and we have opportunities all around us. But I'm so excited to be in this new format where we're giving you some more content this year. Thanks for those downloads and subscribes, all the comments, the way you help us. Hit that like button if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're listening on one of the podcast places where you get your stuff. I hope you'll continue to spread the word. And you may know somebody who really is struggling today with some of the stuff we talk about. And I would just encourage you to continue to share with them. Also want to remind you, if you're looking for resources to help you on your leadership journey, you can go to our resource place, leadeveryday.com. And we got all kind of stuff there that can help you. So just encourage you to continue to keep growing. Well, let's talk today about these three areas of winning that, I said the other day, I'm a competitive guy. I like to win. I love being around winners. It's so much fun. And we don't want to win at all costs. We want to win the right way. But when you start thinking about these areas that we'll talk about today, and we're going to unpack those will really become our framework as we go into next week. We'll have one day on winning at work. That's number one. The second one is winning at home. And then ultimately to win at life. And so I want to just take a few minutes here and just sort of introduce these three ideas. And I'll give you a key today to help you in each of these areas, I believe. So let's take the first one, this idea of winning at work. I think it's so important for us to have meaningful work and to feel like we're being successful there, to feel like we're winning. I know many people who they go to work, they feel like they're just going through the motions. They're spinning their wheels. They feel stuck. We wrote a book, actually, Unstuck, to help people find engagement back in their work life. And so I think that's important. So my question for you today is, are you winning at work? Do you feel like if you really had to say, how are you doing at work? Compare it to this idea of greatness. I mean, do you have just this impact? You're going, this is incredible. Or you just you feel like you're going through the motions right now, or maybe you're losing it because you just really feel like that you're in the wrong job, you're in the wrong place. And so I have a couple of questions here that I think will help you as you think about your work and you try to evaluate that today. My first question for you is this: do you do work that matters? Does your work matter? As you think about it, are you doing something that is actually adding value to people? It's actually creating a better world. It's creating a better place. So that's an important question as I think about it. Does your work matter? A second little layer of that is, do you feel like that your work is in your giftedness? Is it in your sweet spot? Is it something that matters not just to the world, but it matters to you? Do you feel like you're in a place where you really can be great, or you've been put in an area, you've been assigned something? I understand sometimes we're in a place for a season or temporarily, but maybe you've been in a place for a long time. You're the best at something, and maybe you're leader, or maybe you are the leader, and you just said, I do this better than everybody else, so I'll just continue to do it. What is the highest and best use of your time, and are you in that spot right now? So does your work matter, and does it matter to you? Finally, I would ask this question: I'll ask it that way. Are you proud to put your name on it? Are you proud to put your name on your work? In other words, are you giving your best? Are you getting after it? Really, really pushing yourself to be your best, to learn, to grow, to stretch in such a way that you're proud to put your name on it. And I love the old Bible verse that says, a good name is more important than great riches. And I think we go to work to earn those riches, right? We try to earn a check, but your name is so important. We'll actually unpack that a little bit next week as we talk about our integrity in the workplace. That'll be kind of cool. So next Monday, I'll give you a little tease for that. But does your work matter? Does it matter to you? And are you proud to put your name on it? As you evaluate your work going into this year, are you really in the right spot and really giving it all you got? So if you want to win at work, I think the answer to those three questions can really help you. Again, we'll talk about that every Monday moving forward. But We're going to help you win in the workplace, share some of the stuff that we share with some of the best companies in the world. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, so let's move to piece number 2 here. What does it mean to win at home? What does it mean to win at home? And I think this is a really important question for us. If we're really going to have a great life, we'll talk about that in a second, but we're going to have a great life, we've got to also win at home. We can't just win at work. We've got to really have a way to think about winning at home. And so I just have one question here for you. I've shared this question in the past. You may have heard it, but this is a great reminder for all of us. And this is to me, the key question. And I'm going to unpack this. I'm going to give you a couple of what I'll call little secret weapons to help make sure this is true. I'm going to share those with you next week as well, but we'll sort of unpack all this a little bit deeper as we go. But this question is a great question. I want you to chew on it as you go through the next week. But here's the question. Do the people who know me the best love me the most? I'll even ask it a little broader than that. Am I living my life in such a way so the people who know me the best will love me the most? I think that's just a great question. Now, I know many leaders, the people who know them the best, they really don't love them the most. They respect them the least. They want to get out of the house. They want to get away from the relationship. Sometimes it's even toxic or it's critical. The expectations are too high. We all sometimes have this tendency to set expectations for others that are too high. Sometimes they're way higher than we have for ourselves. We judge ourselves on our intentions. We judge others for their actions. If we're not careful, we can damage some of those relationships that are closest to us. So as you think about winning at home, are you living your life in such a way that the people who know you the best love you the most? That's a really important question, and only you can answer that. Or I say only you can answer that. Maybe you could have some conversations with some of those people that know you the best, and you might even get a little feedback there if you're willing to seek that. I think that would be a really healthy thing maybe for some of us. It might even improve our relationships there. And so we want to win at work, we want to win at home, and then finally we want to win at life. And just to kind of introduce all this today, I wanted to take just a second and talk about winning at life. And like, what does that mean? I'm gonna give you just a couple things to think about here, but let me remind you, first of all, it's honestly it's got some to do with balancing work and home. And I just remind leaders all the time, if you win at work and you lose at home, you still lose. And so don't underestimate how important it is to have this winning mindset at work and at home. It really is important. And a friend of mine told me one time that he had a professor that said balance, which people talk all the time. Can you have balance at work? Work-life balance, work-home balance. Maybe you can't. I don't know, but I know there's going to be tension. And my friend said, his professor said, balance is learning to live in the center of the tension. There's always going to be tension, especially when you think about your life and you're trying to, you got relationships at home that really matter to you. You're trying to, love the people around you the way you should. You're also trying to win at work and protect your name and add value and all those kind of things. It's so easy to get distorted into thinking that one is more important than the other. And maybe you're married and your marriage is going really well right now, but at work you're sort of struggling, or maybe work, you got a couple of projects that are going well and then one of them's just not quite right, or maybe things are going really well with your son, but you and your daughter are having a little conflict right now, or maybe you're even taking care of some of these life issues that we'll talk about, your fitness and your finances. Those things are in order. Maybe one of them is and the other is not. There's never going to be a time in your life, I guess I'd say it this way, never going to be a time where everything in your life is perfect. That's just that's not even doable. Literally, to be stress free, your body needs the stress that's put on it by the environment. But sometimes we bring stress on ourselves. I got that. We don't want to do that. But the truth is, just this tension that is constantly there is really important. So balance really is learning to live in the center of the tension. As we think about winning at life, I want to just remind you that you really do want to win in these other two areas. That'll be helpful to your life as well. And so we're going to get into some areas like fitness and finances and other things that you will be important to your personal growth and development, some of those kind of things. We'll do those on Fridays moving forward. But today I just ask you, like, how's your balance level? Like, are you, if we had a seesaw here, the old teeter-totter from elementary recess, would work tip the scales, or would home tip the scales? Or do you really have this? You're constantly trying to live in balance, and you see the importance of that. Again, there's all these other areas when it comes to your life, but maybe we just start there and just say, are we really understanding there's going to be tension, but we're really trying to live in a way that really is great. It really is living up to our potential, the family we can have, the work-life balance that we can have, but the work impact we can have as well. Those things are really important. And I think that's a good place for us to start. Just this picture of we need to balance work and home. Again, if you win at work and you lose at home, I believe you still lose. And so many people I know, they've won at work, they've been successful on the surface, but their family's blown up, and they end up with a lot of regret. So we don't want that. And then we also don't want to just spend all our time with family, and that seems to be well, but we really never accomplish the things that we can with our gifts and our talents. So those things are all important. So we want to win at work. We want to win at home. We want to win at life. Again, those questions I think you can ask yourself this week. How are you really doing? We're going to jump in a little more on the life side and unpack that a little bit more on Friday. And then next week, we'll get back into these other couple of areas on Monday and Wednesday. So we'll do that. We have a book review coming out tomorrow. I hope you'll check that out as well. It'll be here up on YouTube, and we'll make sure that we review something that we're reading or something we've read that should be helpful to you as we go forward. Thanks for listening today. Really excited about where we're going this year. Hope you'll continue to not only listen, but to share with those that are important to you. Greatness is not just about trying to maximize our potential. It really is trying to help other people be great. And one of the ways, I think an easy way you can do that is share the content, encourage them in those areas. Maybe you can come back and have discussions about what you hear, ask some of these questions with somebody, a buddy, a friend, maybe even a family member, and just continue to encourage them as you go forward. Let's keep chasing greatness. Love you guys, and I'll see you on Friday.